This is the WEOL Diamond Duel, live on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube channel. Coming up, it's the Amherst Comets and the Midview Middies. It's brought to you by your North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco at Center Ridge and Barton Roads. Network Land Title Agency, providing real estate title insurance and escrow services across Ohio. Nick Abraham Buick GMC and Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria. Lorain County Community College, real education for good jobs. And by EcoTree Services, your complete tree care company.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, Cavs radio voice. Recently, we had some trees removed. So again, singing the praises of EcoTree Services. In a few hours, EcoTree had removed the unsightly trees, cleaned the debris, and opened the area for a new fence. I can't say enough good things about the people at EcoTree. I've used them several times, always thrilled with their work. If you have trees that require pruning or need to be removed, contact EcoTree, a local business that deserves your business. They've earned mine. Go to ecotreeservices.com.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make getting into your next vehicle fast, easy, and built around you. And we've got the selection and service you can count on. Right now, buy the Ford Explorer for only $39,900 or lease it for just $499 a month. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit NetworkLandTitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
Graduation season is here, so make North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco your one-stop graduation party spot. From crowd-pleasing Little Chet's Chicken to fresh jelly trays, cookie trays, and fully prepared party trays, they've got everything you need to feed your guests without the stress. Stock up on ice and drinks, snacks and desserts to keep the celebration going all day long. For everything you need for your graduate, except the diploma, stop by your locally owned and operated North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco on Center Ridge and Barton Roads.
And welcome out to Amherst Marion Steele High School, the site for today's WEOL Diamond Duel. It is the Comets of Amherst getting set to take on the Midview Middies here in SWC action, and this is the Diamond Duel. Rocco Nucci, Jared Kozar here on WEOL.com and on that Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel. Today's broadcast here on WEOL is brought to you by our fine sponsors. They are your North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco at Center Ridge and Barton Roads, Network Land Title Agency, providing real estate title insurance and escrow services across Ohio. Nick Abraham Buick GMC and Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria. Lorain County Community College, real education for good jobs, and by EcoTree Services, your complete tree care company. And this is the pregame show brought to you by your North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco. It is always a great time to stop by your locally owned and operated North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco. And Jared, a lot going on here today at Amherst. First and foremost, a little bit of rain trickling down right now. It's a very light sprinkle. I can't imagine we don't play through this, and I fully expect to get this one in today without really any kind of incident. But worth noting, we do have a little bit of precipitation that could present itself to be problematic as we go on. But also want to shout out Comets Live. They are going to make today's broadcast on video. At least we hope. We'll see how things go once we really get rolling. But hopefully we'll be simulcasting with Comets Live. A huge shout out to the gang. Doug Cogdell, he sort of runs Comets Live. Here's the IT director at Amherst. Abby Berry and Sawyer Miller. You'll hear those names a couple of times throughout the broadcast as I give them their love and diligence. But Just a fantastic product that they put on here, Jared, and it's awesome that we can kind of partner with them. We'll give them our audio, they'll give us their video, and we'll have one nice, happy married production here, I think.
Really good working relationship that we've established between Doug, Casey Wolf, and company here. And, the weather it looks like it's going to subside, and I think that, we're not even going to start this one under thought of delay. And this one, a really exciting matchup to bring you in the SWC in terms of softball. Dan May helped to put this together last week when he said you might want to look at your schedule if you don't have anything going on Monday, because it would be a pretty good softball game over at Amherst, and we think we're in for a treat.
Yeah, SWC Championship implications on the line, both teams with 3 losses. Same with Berea Mid-Park, so this is the conference finale for Midview, so they kind of sit in that driver's seat in terms of controlling their own destiny. A win today gets them at least a share of that conference crown. A loss would drop Amherst out of the equation, and Amherst, even if they do win, more work to do afterwards if they hope to get a share of that SWC crown, something that hasn't happened for them since 2022. Last time Midview got a taste of that conference title back in 2018. Athletic Director Dan May texting me this morning that the 17 and 18 seasons, respectively, were the last time Midview saw themselves as conference champions. Let's get you today's starting lineups. Those are brought to you by Network Lane, a title agency providing real estate title insurance and escrow services across Ohio. On the circle for Amherst today, it's Karina Schuster. She is 10-5 this season, sporting a .255 ERA. She struck out 150, only walked 38, and the starting 9 for Midview looks like this. It'll be Desiree Thomas, the shortstop, Savannah Holcomb, the pitcher, Nina Ballacino, the second baseman, Liv Keenan in the cleanup spot, the catcher. Batting 5th, it's Jillian Vandersloos at first. Savannah Presser, the center fielder, bats 6th. Haley Dye, the designated player, bats 7th. In the 8th spot, it's Mallory Hetchko, the left fielder, and Brooke Cleary, the sophomore right fielder, bats 9th. There are your Network Lane Title Agency starting lineups, and we are underway here at Amherst as that ball is fired in there to Desiree Thomas. First pitch at 5:18 here this evening. Second pitch sawed straight back. Good piece there by Desiree Thomas. So we'll get you some numbers here on the Middies offense as we get things underway here today. Then big shout out to Comets Live here at Amherst, allowing us to share their broadcast feed. Looks great on our screen, I would say, Jared. That's a nice center field shot. They got 4 cameras that they operate from. It's really fantastic stuff.
Multi-cameras is going to make a big difference.
Schuster pops that one high and out of play towards the baseball field where they have some junior varsity action happening behind us. Amherst and North Ridgeville duking it out.
Talked to Matt Rossitano beforehand. He said he's got a pretty big week as well. And, the weather has wreaked havoc on a lot of programs. Talked to Matt for a little bit, and he basically said we're pretty well stacked in terms of where we've been. Our schedule hasn't been that impeded by anything weather-wise. We're up to date.
2-2 pitch fouled straight back off the screen, so we'll do it again at 2-2. Midview under head coach Cassie Haight, her 5th season at the helm. They're on a 5-game win streak, are the Middies. They've won 10 of their last 11. Amherst, of course, led by 12th-year head coach Lacey Reichert, coming off a win against Avon, but lost 2 of their last 3 as Desiree Thomas watches that one miss high. Count runs full to 3-2. Nice first at-bat battle here between Schuster and Thomas. Here's her 3-2. That one is chopped towards the third baseman, Fenton. The throw in time to the first baseman, Kayla Rhodes, who puts the squeeze on it for the first out. So Desiree Thomas retired 5-3 on the putout. It's a nice throw by Fenton. A long way to go across the diamond with the speedy Thomas, but she got her.
Yeah, Thomas, a couple of advantages there. You talk about great speed, and then coming out of that left-handed box helped out a bit, but great throw, makes the first out of the game.
So Savannah Holcomb now climbs in. Savannah, a .277 average coming into this one, working against Schuster, who fires. That one fouled straight back 0-1. Schuster again, she's 10-5 this year, a .255 ERA. Her 16th appearance, or I'm sorry, this is her 17th. It's her 16th start, and she has thrown 14 complete games. So in talking with Coach Reichert on the phone earlier this afternoon, she said the plan is for Karina to go all 7 here today, as that one catches the knees. Good pitch to Holcomb. 0-2 the count here on Savannah.
Well, she throws strikes, and we've seen that in the first 2 batters for the Lady Middies here this afternoon, whether they be fouled or back or just swinging.
That pitch over the catcher's head did get a glove to it, did Morgan Limer, the backstop for Amherst, but Holcomb laid off of it. Count moves to 1-2.
I believe that's Dominic Flaviano behind the plate there.
There you go. Here's the 2-strike pitch from Schuster. That one misses high as well. Holcomb watches 2 miss upstairs. Count runs even now at 2-2. Holcomb this year 14 strikeouts, 13 walks. Gets low in that stance in the righty box. The pitch swung on and missed. Holcomb tardy on the fastball there from Schuster. Blew it by her. And that's a nice pitch there by Karina. So 2 down now for Nina Ballacino, the senior second baseman for Midview. Nina this season a .324 batting average. Certainly a staple the last couple of seasons for this Midview softball program. First pitch from Karina. Ooh, boy, did she take something off of that or what, Jared? Nice breaking ball in the zone, strike 1.
Yeah, was able to maintain right that level plane the entire time, too. A lot of times you see that off-speed pitch die pretty quick.
Here's the 0-1, and then, boy, she tries to throw that rise ball right by you. That's got to be tough as a hitter. Ballacino laid off that one, though. 1-1 the count. Jared, that first pitch, it almost looks like a mistake. It comes in so much slower compared to the rest of her stuff. But it's certainly not. She spotted it well there. Schuster from the line, her 1-1. Check swing, Ballacino didn't go, and home plate umpire says that missed up and out, so 2-1 the count on Nina. Ballacino, again, a .324 average for her coming into this one. 11 walks, 16 strikeouts. The pitch, strike 2 called right there at the knees as Ballacino could do nothing but watch it go by. Count runs even now at 2-2. 2 down, nobody on here, top of the first. Amherst and Midview here on WEOL and Comets Live. That pitch fouled out of play. We'll do it again. Again, want to shout out Comets Live. Doug Cogdell runs the operation here at Amherst. Abby Berry, Sawyer Miller making things happen here today as well for Comets Live against the fantastic production they put on. We'll be thanking them throughout the broadcast. Here's the 2-2 breaking ball. That one missed downstairs, hit the plate. Full count now at 3-2.
Well, the other thing you can do with Comets Live, too, much like our own YouTube channel throughout the WEOL.com and CT YouTube channel. Well,
3-2 pitch. That one lifted into shallow right field. Going to be a tough play, but it's one that's made by Brianna Blankenship out there, who extends full body, hits the grass, and holds on to the softball. And the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down as Amherst gets set for their first at-bats. Scoreless ball game here. We're back after this timeout.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard
Back here in Amherst, scoreless ball game as we head to the bottom of the first. Comets getting set for their first at-bats here of the afternoon after Karina Schuster set down the Middies 1, 2, and 3 in that top of the first inning. Again, starting lineups today brought to you by our friends at Network Land Title Agency, providing real estate title insurance and escrow services across Ohio. Big shout out to Judy Glenn and the folks over at Network Land Title Agency. So Midview will be tossing Savannah Holcomb, the righty, with a 2.17 ERA coming into this one, and the starting 9 for Lacey Reichert in the batting lineup looks like this. It'll be junior right fielder Brianna Blankenship leading things off today. Sienna Rebman, the freshman in center field, will bat second. Leah Sprague is third. She's a senior shortstop. McKenna Dorbeck, the senior second baseman, bats fourth. Karina Schuster, the pitcher, she's a junior, will bat fifth. Morgan Leimer behind the plate today for Amherst. She's a freshman, batting sixth for the Comets. Kayla Rhodes, the junior first baseman, bats seventh. In the 8th spot, it's sophomore left fielder Samantha Pirch, and rounding out the 9 for Coach Reichert, it is Lexi Fenton, the freshman third baseman, against Savannah Holcomb on the circle for Midview. She's 12-3 this year, a 2.17 ERA, 107 strikeouts, 25 walks. This her 19th appearance and 18th start. We'll get you that Midview defense here momentarily. Blankenship watches that first pitch miss upstairs for a ball, 1-0. In the outfield for Midview, Mallory Hetchko in left, Savannah Presser in center, Brooke Cleary in right. Olivia Price is at third. Desiree Thomas is at short. Nina Ballacino plays second. Jillian Vandersloos is at first. And Liv Keenan behind the plate here today for Midview. 1-0 count here to Blankenship. That pitch misses upstairs as well, 2-0. I think maybe some scoreboard issues here today in Amherst. I know that was something they were talking about pregame. So we're on our own, I think, along with the assistance of our umpiring crew here today, my friend.
Yeah, I think the folks, the youngsters to the left of us are going to take care of us on that scoreboard pretty well.
They certainly will. That pitch misses as well, 3-0. Blankenship a good at-bat here to start the ball game against the hard-throwing Holcomb.
They're attentive, and my thought before we had that last half inning was that if it's your first exposure to Comets Live, you can check them out and all their archive stuff.
A pitch in there for a called strike, 3-1. Yeah, it's all up on YouTube.
Yeah.
Kind of did some of the digging into that to get ready for today's broadcast, just seeing what we'd be venturing into. And again, they have been tremendous, Comets Live, their gang has, in terms of accommodating us here today as Blankenship watches ball 4 miss up and out. And she will reach base for the Comets. First base runner for either side here today. As Sienna Redmond, the freshman center fielder, now climbs in. 403 is the batting average for Sienna Redmond coming into today. That's second highest on the team. The only girl with a better average is another freshman. That's Morgan Limer, the catcher. Redmond squares. That one's popped foul as that one lands harmlessly between Vandersloot and Keenan. So Redmond will get another opportunity here, trying to advance Blankenship to second.
I don't know that she's going to catch anybody off guard like she did that time, because you got to think, with a batting average like that, you're not going to have her bunt.
Right.
But to put one in play, that was probably a nice move, a little bit of a surprise there.
Wind certainly picking up. We'll see how that maybe impacts play as we move on, as Redmond tardy on the fastball there. 0-2 the count here on Sienna.
Coming from a couple of different directions, too. Feels like the wind is. It's at our back, and then that one kind of coming at us.
Yeah, first pitch was made today with supposedly, they say, 74 degrees. Certainly does not feel like that anymore. Redmond gets a piece of that one and sends it back right over the screen, so we'll do it again at 0-2. This one, a slightly later start than originally scheduled. It was supposed to be a 4:45, but a couple of busing issues over at Midview led this one to be a 5:15 first pitch, and I think we got started just after that. The pitch, that one misses upstairs to Redmond. She did well to lay off of it. As Blankenship scampers back to first. Leah Sprague awaits in the on-deck circle. McKenna Dorbeck in the hole. Leah Sprague, a Findlay commit. Blankenship, who stands on first. Jared committed to go to Tiffin University. Holcomb taking her time here. The 2-strike pitch fouled straight back off the screen, so we'll do it again. Good couple of first at-bats here by these Amherst hitters, Jared. Just not making things easy at all right now for Savannah Holcomb.
You know, they've been patient, and they've, I'm sure the leadoff runner getting aboard has, beleaguered her a little bit there in the terms of the circle. Something else to think about.
Yep. Holcomb comes set. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Redmond gets a piece again. And she's a little tardy, a little underneath, but doing enough to fight it off and try to find one that she can square up and do something with. Blankenship, good speed at first, could certainly score on anything that gets into those gaps. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Redmond not a fan of the call, but strike 3 called nonetheless. Holcomb, her first punch out of the afternoon, her 108th of the season, as Leah Sprague now climbs in with 1 down and 1 on. Nice pitch there by Holcomb. Redmond unable to get the bat off her shoulders as the fastball caught the outside black. So now Sprague gets an opportunity for the first time today. And she thought about taking a hack at that one. Did well to lay off of it, though, as it missed upstairs, 1-0. Leah Sprague this year, a .362 average, a team-high 4 home runs, 6 doubles. That's best on the team as well. 17 ribbies. Big uppercut and a miss by Sprague there, 1-1. And big shout out to Lacey Reichert, Amherst head coach, giving me the stats prior to this one. Same for Cassie Haight over at Midview. Holcomb's 1-1. That one fouled straight back off the screen, 1-2. So Holcomb really attacking with the fast stuff here early, Jared. We saw a couple of off-speed pitches from Karina Schuster. Not the case for Holcomb. She's just firing bullets one after the other.
Well, I'm going after Sprague right now, 2 with 1 on it. That's, better than face number 2 on, I think, might be the thought process that Holcomb's going with. And
no fear right now for Savannah. Sprague pops that one sky high towards the baseball field, and that one's onto the field of play over there, so they'll have to pause in the JV baseball action to retrieve that one. As Leah Sprague continues her at bat here. 0-0 our score here, bottom of the first. Brianna Blankenship on first with 1 down. The pitch. That one is roped third base side, and that one is foul. Heads up over there, head coach Lacey Reichert.
almost friendly fire.
Oh,
boy,
oh boy.
That was a frozen rope that went right down the third baseline.
That's one where, Jared, we're glad to be on this side of the fencing when those ones happen.
Yeah, that could have been some pain. Lost in that a few feet further to the right. That's a fair ball, and
Blankenship's off and
real
running.
trouble.
See if Sprague can turn this one around, and she does. That one lifted to right center field. Going to be a tough play, but it's made by the right fielder, Clary. Do they have a chance at the double play? No, as Blankenship scampers back to first. That ball kicked off the dugout and then actually rolled all the way to third. But that's a nice play out in right field by Brooke Clary. Good concentration on her behalf to settle under that one, and then good heads up to throw it back to first as well. But Blankenship back safely, so now it's McKenna Dorbeck's turn with 2 down. Or was that Presser in center that caught that one? Lost track of it for a half second. Either way,
it was clear.
Out. Okay. So the F9, thank you.
In a good throw. Again, it bounced off the dugout.
Throw, yeah.
Kind of the ricochet helped keep that one in line.
Right. Oh, but Dorbeck goes after the first pitch, and that one is torched all the way up against the fence. Blankenship flying around third. She'll score easily as Dorbeck is in standing with an RBI double. McKenna Dorbeck absolutely roasting that softball to left center field. And Blankenship able to race all the way home. It's 1-0 Comets. They strike first.
And as you saw there on the feed, courtesy of Comets Live, no chance that Blankenship was putting the stop sign up, or Lacey Reichert for that matter, at third base with the jump that she got and the rocket that was launched into center field.
Well, that ball was tattooed by McKenna Dorbeck. Wasted no time picking out a pitch that she liked. And now it's Karina Schuster's turn, who launches on that first pitch. It's high down the left field line, and it lands foul. As we'll lose track of stuff way down that left field line. You should not on our screen, courtesy of the fine camera work by the folks at Comets Live, but my neck can only extend so far towards the fencing here, my friends. We may lose some stuff down that left field line. That's all right.
We got the screen. We're good.
We do have the screen. Wind certainly picking up. You can hear it howling as, again, Schuster tries her luck down that left field line, but it will land foul. So 0-2 the count here on Karina, maybe just a bit too out in front of that fastball from Holcomb. But, boy, just as we thought that maybe Holcomb was able to get some pitches by these Comets hitters, Dorbeck and Schuster have caught up in a hurry. A couple of real hard hit softballs here these last few pitches. Here's the 0-2 to Schuster. That one fouled straight back towards the baseball field again, off the top of that first base dugout. So we'll do it again here on 0-2.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be a question or a mystery as to what Schuster wants to do here. It's just a matter of straightening it out just a tad.
So Holcomb just trying to get out of this one with only 1 run surrendered. Dorbeck stands on second after her RBI double scored Blankenship. That one popped foul again by Schuster, heads up towards the vehicles. You know, that was something I had forgotten about until I made the trek over here today, Jared. You got to be at least half cognizant of where you're parking the 4 wheels over there.
Yeah, I think we're in okay shape.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say tremendous. We're in okay shape.
Well, it was poor planning initially, but I made the decision to move as that one is taken for a ball. Nice take there by Schuster. 1-2 the count here for
I know
Karina.
All there is to know about poor planning, and have been told that throughout the course of my time with our organization.
Well, and you're better for it, some might say.
Park next
I don't know
to
if
you.
you'd be one of those, but Schuster launches towards center field. This one not as deep, though. It's falling in a hurry, and it's going to get down. Nobody able to get there. And Schuster, an RBI single. She'll bring Dorbeck home, and it's 2-0 Comets. Boy, just an awkward play there between the shortstop left and center fielders. Kind of made a impromptu Bermuda Triangle out there, Jared. And boy, Schuster just placed it perfectly.
There's a lot to be said for putting the ball where the defense isn't, and that's what happened. That was a long run for anybody out there. So really tough play to make, and culmination of a really good at-bat for Schuster.
So Schuster, RBI number 8 for her this season. Dorbeck picked up number 14 with her base knock, and now it's Morgan Limer's turn as she fouls that first pitch straight back 0-1. Limer this season, the freshman catcher, if you missed it, a team-high batting average for Morgan, 409. She's hitting it coming into this one, Jared. 1 home run to her credit, 9 RBIs, and 5 extra base hits. So she has had a dynamite freshman season here at Amherst. That one is popped off the top of the fencing, so we'll do it at 0-2. Again, wind howling here at Amherst. You can see it off in the distance in those trees. Boy, it has certainly picked up. So anything you figure hit towards left field is going to have some carry to it. Heck, our equipment might have some carry to it at this rate. Holcomb's 0-2. Swing and a miss. Limer behind on the fastball, and Holcomb gets out of the jam. But 2 do score for the Comets, and we will head to the second inning. Our score, Amherst 2, Midview nothing. Middies coming up to bat right after this timeout.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit networklandtitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make getting into your next vehicle fast, easy, and built around you. And we've got the selection and service you can count on. Right now, buy the Ford Explorer for only $39.9 or lease it for just $4.99 a month. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
Back here at Amherst High School, it is a 2-0 Comets lead over Midview. As those strikeouts, at least on the WEOL side of things today, brought to you by our friends over at Lorain County Community College, real education for good jobs. But as we thank our WEOL sponsors, we'd be remiss if we didn't thank the awesome folks at Comets Live for helping us make this production possible here this afternoon. Doug Cogdell, Abby Berry, Sawyer Miller, the gang here this afternoon at Amherst, part of the Comets Live production crew. Jared, you alluded to it already. They archive just about everything on their YouTube channel. Really awesome what they do, and I was telling them, and I mean, it's better than what 90% plus of high schools are doing right now. So big shout out to the folks at Comets Live. Liv Keenan starts this inning at bat for Midview as she watches that first pitch go by for a strike off the arm of Karina Schuster, who set down the Middies 1-2-3 back in that first inning. Her 0-1 pitch is a touch upstairs, 1-1 here to Keenan. This season, Liv Keenan, 300 flat is her batting average. Couple of extra base hits to her credit. 2 home runs, 13 RBIs. The pitch, that one misses. 2-1. Keenan in that right-handed batter's box. Schuster up over 150 strikeouts now this season. As her 2-1 pitch in there for a called strike, 2-2. Schuster doing a nice job of moving that fastball around the zone, raising it a couple of times to elevate those eyes with the Midview hitters. Then she'll drop that off speed in. Not there, though. She blows the fastball by Keenan, and she's late to the party, and then some. Strike out for Keenan. Another punch out courtesy on WEOL by our friends over at Lorain County Community College, real education for good jobs. Now it's Jillian Vandersloot, the sophomore first baseman for Midview, climbing in. Awaiting the first pitch from Karina Schuster. That one in there for a called strike, 0-1.
In the zone right now for Schuster, and that's a really tough spot for the Middies batters to be in right now because you're trying to come back from a 2-run deficit, and it just exacerbates that need to thinking you have to do it all on your own and you have to put runners on right now, and with every swing of the bat, it's just you got to be a little more patient.
That's another beauty by Schuster right there, catching the inside corner just like that. 0-2 for Vandersloot. That one misses well upstairs, 1-2. Jillian this year, at least per the stats that I got from Coach Cassie, a 500 batting average for Jillian Vandersloot coming into this one. 12 doubles, 34 hits, 34 RBIs for Jillian. That one fouled straight back off the screen, 1-2. Just 5 walks to her credit, 10 strikeouts, so she'll certainly be looking to put the ball in play, as the numbers would indicate there. The pitch, that one taken for a ball, had to lean out of the way of that one a bit as well, 2-2. Couple of drops picking back up, although I think overall we'll be okay. Those clouds moving out of here fairly quickly. Vandersloot rips that one towards the first baseman, Rhodes, who just threw her body in front of it. Got a piece of her glove to it as well, but recovered easily and steps on the bag and gets Vandersloot 3 unassisted. Nice play over there by Kayla.
Yeah, did not let that rattle her one little bit. She was able to rally and make the play, get back to the bag before the runner. Nice piece of defensive work over there at first base.
Well, that was not hit softly her direction either, so that was good confidence on her behalf to step in front of that one and make the play. So now with 2 down, it's Savannah Presser for Midview. First pitch from Schuster to her, swung on and missed. Savannah playing center field today for Midview. She's a junior for the Middies. And a .338 batting average for her coming into this one. The pitch swung on and missed. Presser well underneath that rise ball, 0-2.
Really wanted it. You could tell she's kind of disappointed in herself with that one. No time to weep about that. Got to get right back in.
Boy, I mean, Schuster, she's working quickly, taking her time here on this one, but she has been efficient in and around that strike zone. The 0-2, you better believe it. Strike 3 called. The third punch out through 2 innings for Karina Schuster. Another one brought to you on WEOL by our friends at Lorain County Community College. Real education for good jobs. Middle of the second, 2-0 our score. Amherst leads Midview. We're back after this.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. We've helped thousands of people just like you match skills and experience with a career. We can help you train for a career that is in demand right now. You can even work in your field while taking classes. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy. Whether you're upgrading to a rugged Sierra or a refined Buick Encore GX, we make the experience better from start to finish. Right now, lease the 2026 GMC Sierra for only $279 a month for 24 months. We make it that easy.
Back here in Amherst, bottom of the second, as it'll be Kayla Rhodes, Samantha Pierce, Lexi Fenton all due up here for the Comets. Kayla Rhodes, her first at bat of the ball game here. Her team already up 2-0. First pitch from Savannah Holcomb to her. Swing and a miss by Rhodes, strike 1. Rhodes a slight giggle after that one. I think she knew she was well behind and underneath that one. As Holcomb, she's been firing some speedy pitches in there as well, similar to Schuster. Here's the 0-1. That one is ripped fair down the third base line, and that one will get into the corner. Big turnaround first. Heading towards second is Kayla Rhodes, and she is in there with a stand-up double to start this bottom of the second inning. Jared, I don't know how she hit that one as well as she did. That one was in the upper part of that zone, maybe out of the zone, and she just torched it.
Reached out a little bit and, still in her comfort zone and put it right over the third base girl's head. And then John Rossitano over there at first base, coaching with Lacey Reichert. He had the wheel going. Keep going. You're up easy. That's what he said.
Well, you knew he would. Third hit of the ball game here for the Comets. They already lead 2-0. As here's the bunt attempt by Samantha Pierce, and it's caught by Holcomb. As Pierce just couldn't get that one pointed left or right enough. Holcomb, an easy play for her. And unfortunately for the Comet faithful, Rhodes will stay put on second. So Pierce out on the failed bunt attempt, and now it's the 9-hole hitter, freshman third baseman Lexi Fenton.
Yeah, strategically the right move. Just got underneath that one a little bit with the runner in the scoring position, hoping to get her over to third base.
Fenton digging in with 5 RBIs to her credit this season. First pitch to her misses upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Kayla Rhodes standing on second after her double opened up this bottom of the second for the Comets. Fenton, .255, the batting average coming into this one. Here's the pitch. Fenton gets it down. Holcomb pounces on it, takes a look at third, only plays it first, and it can't be gloved cleanly. It gets by the first baseman into right field. Rhodes will stay put at third, but that's a nice infield single, I'll say, for Lexi Fenton. Hard to really give Holcomb the error there. It was a tough play, and I don't think one that you could guarantee she would make going against her body like that. So we'll credit Fenton with the hit as Rhodes moves up to third. Runners on the corners now as the lineup turns back over to Bree Blankenship.
Yeah, you talk about productivity from the bottom of the order. That's what you got now for Amherst, with runners at the corner and the top of the order with a chance to swing away.
That's exactly what you want from your bottom of the order girls if you're head coach Lacey Reichert. Blankenship now takes a healthy hack at that first pitch, and that one's lifted sky high out of play. 0-1. Coach Reichert telling me on the phone that it's been inconsistent offense at times, and it's honestly these situations, Jared, that she specified that they've just been striking out in these instances too often. When you got a girl on third, you got less than 2 down. Really, anything in play scores a run, and there's just been too many strikeouts in these instances. Blankenship a chance to try to turn that narrative here as she pokes that one foul, third base side, 0-2. That can be frustrating for any team of any level, Jared, when you're consistently getting people in scoring position and you just can't find a way to get them home.
Well, especially somebody like Lacey Reichert, who, tons of success with this program, 12 years in, and, they grind for everything.
Blankenship launches that one, and I do mean launch. That's going to clear, oh my goodness, nearly the baseball fence back there. That was halfway up that 12-foot wall on the baseball diamond. I think varsity baseball head coach Matt Rossitano even had to take a poke around and say, hey, who just hit that? Man, oh man. So Blankenship will do it again now after some excitement. Runners at the corners, the pitch. That one gets by the catcher, but Rhodes will have to stay put at third. Backstop not too deep here at Amherst. So Blankenship will get another opportunity here. 0-2 the count, or 1-2 I should say the count, I think.
Yeah.
Thank you. Fenton at first, Kayla Rhodes at third. Holcomb looking in. Now fires, and that one misses out as stealing second without a throw is Lexi Fenton. So she was on the move regardless of the outcome of that pitch, and she's in there standing without a throw. So now 2 runners in scoring position. Rhodes at third, Fenton at second. Blankenship climbs back in. 2 strikes on her. Big pitch here coming from Savannah Holcomb. Here it is. That one misses low below the knees. Count moves to 2-2 now.
John Rossitano over at first base, motioning as if to say, you see that? I did that. I sent her. That was all me, 100%.
The pitch. Oh boy, that one is hit hard towards the left field fence, and that one is gone! Brianna Blankenship absolutely launched that softball towards the left field fence. It clears the signage out there. And it is a 3-run blast for Brianna Blankenship. Make it 5-0 Comets. And Jared, at least per the numbers I got from head coach Lacey Reichert, that's home run numero uno on the season for Brianna Blankenship. And what a time to have it right there.
Well, you think to yourself, a lot of times Brianna's probably the table setter as the leadoff hitter, or batting somewhere near the top of that Comets lineup. This time, with the bottom of the lineup producing like they were with those runners at the corner, she had the green light to be able to fire away. And, that's got to feel good because we saw her unload on that foul ball. You knew it was in the skill set to be able to do that. And, well, the club was in the bag.
Yeah, I think this Comets lineup has quickly sort of adapted, I should say, to what Holcomb is throwing their way right now. And it's no knock on Savannah Holcomb. She's throwing good stuff. But as much as she was getting these, pitches by hitters through those first couple of at-bats, Amherst has really started to turn that softball around. And they've raced out to a 5-0 lead now. Sienna Redmond digs in for the second time today. 5-0 Comets. The pitch. Redmond lifts that one sky high on the edge of the infield, and it'll be the shortstop, Desiree Thomas, getting a glove to it for the second out. So a nice bounce back pitch there by Savannah Holcomb, and now it's Leah Sprague's turn once again. She flew out to right field last inning. Kayla Rhodes, Lexi Fenton scoring on that Blankenship 3-run blast. As Holcomb's pitch to Sprague in there for a called strike, 0-1. I will say we forgot our Nick Abraham, Buick GMC, and Elyria Ford keys to the game here on WEOL, and I'd say timely hitting would have been one of the keys based on my conversation with Coach Reichert for Amherst, and boy, they got some timely hitting right there, I'd say, as that one is fouled straight back off the screen. Sprague will get a chance to do it again. Yeah,
mission accomplished thus far in this one as far as timely hitting is concerned. If I'm a Midi fan and I'm thinking, what do they have to do? You got to put that one behind you. And I know that's not necessarily a key to the game that you could have come up with in the pregame, but for right now, that's what you have to do if you're Holcomb out there. And the bases are clear. You got to approach it that way. Nothing you can do about the 5 that are in.
Yeah, so 1 strike away now from getting out of this as that one misses downstairs. Again, big thanks to Nick Abraham, Buick GMC, and Nick Abraham, Elyria Ford here on WEOL, sponsoring our keys to the game all season long. 5-0 Comets here in the bottom of the second. Savannah Holcomb's pitch is roped foul, third base side. Leah Sprague yanking another softball that direction. These righties are really out in front of that fastball off Savannah Holcomb. They know it's coming more often than not. They are certainly ready to hit it. Blankenship already tagging Holcomb for a 3-run blast here earlier this inning. Dorbeck and Schuster with a couple of RBI knocks back in the first. Holcomb fires. That one is smoked by the infielders into center field for a 2-out knock. So another nice piece of hitting there by the Comets. This time it's Leah Sprague with her first base knock of the afternoon. As the Comets are hitting now, it's McKenna Dorbeck's turn once again. An RBI double under her belt already back in that first inning.
Hard shot by Dorbeck for that double, so if she could find that same route again, you got to wonder if Sprague can make it all the way from first.
6 base hit already for Amherst so far in this second inning. That pitch a called strike to Dorbeck. 0-1 the count on her. McKenna, a senior. She'll be attending Ohio State, so no collegiate softball for her, but she's excited to get that college career underway. Coach Reicher was telling me about earlier on the phone as she takes that one upstairs, 1-1. Dorbeck, I'm sure, certainly some next level ability, but it's not always what everybody wants to do at that next level. You certainly understand that, but oh man, Dorbeck now gets underneath one. Where's that going? And that one's gone as well. Not once Jared Kozar, but twice now the Comets have taken Savannah Holcomb deep here in this second inning. This time it's McKenna Dorbeck's turn to clear the fences. Her first long ball of the season. And just like that, it is 7-0 Comets. They have pounced on Midview here in this second inning.
I don't think it was a secret after the first at-bat. We knew that Dorbeck had that kind of ability, but it's on display right there and said, well, you guys want to see something else? Here's another rocket. And, yeah, really, really nice piece of work there. And for Midview, you got to regroup. Maybe a key would have been protect against the big inning, but it's just too tough to do with this loaded lineup right now.
Yeah, this Comet lineup, you can tell that this game means a lot to them here today. It means a lot to both sides.
Sure.
Again, if you missed it, SWC Championship implications on the line with both of these teams with 3 losses. Berea Midpark, who's in action tonight, has 3 losses as well, so this is a big one. As Karina Schuster watches that pitch miss for a ball, 1-0.
Trailing 7-0 right now for Midview. You can't say enough about the job that Coach Height has done and to get them back in the conversation for the conference.
Oh, no question. As Schuster pokes that one foul, 1-1 the count. Yeah, I think it was Todd Shapiro had a really great article, or it was Sean Bennett, I'm sorry. Sean Bennett had a really good article in the Chronicle Telegram about the SWC this year. Had some really great quotes, I should say, from Lacey of Amherst and Cassie Height from Midview as well. And Cassie basically said as much. It's been a bit of not a rebuild per se as Schuster watches that one go by 1-2, but there's some big dogs at the top of that SWC as far as softball goes. Amber's certainly one of them. North Ridgeville with their consecutive SWC titles. Elyria, Berea Midpark. I mean, there are a lot of good programs, and it takes a lot to try to get over that hump. Midview trying to do that this year as that pitch misses down low to Schuster, 2-2, but as we know, Jared, a lot easier said than done.
And prior to your time with the organization, Rocco, Midview was always in that conversation. Elyria was not in the SWC at that point.
Right.
Midview coming over from the West Shore Conference, and they were in the conversation right there with, the other players in that division.
Breaking ball from Holcomb, a beauty. One of the few we've seen her throw today, but she froze Karina Schuster, and that will bring us to the end of the second inning. We'll head to the third. Our score, Amherst 7, Midview 0. After a couple of Comet home runs in that second inning, we're back after this timeout.
Graduation season is here, so make North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco your one-stop graduation party spot. From crowd-pleasing Little Chet's Chicken to fresh jelly trays, cookie trays, and fully prepared party trays, they've got everything you need to feed your guests without the stress. Stock up on ice and drinks, snacks and desserts to keep the celebration going all day long. For everything you need for your graduate, except the diploma, stop by your locally owned and operated North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco on Center Ridge and Barton Roads.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit NetworkLandTitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
Haley Dye up for the Middies here in this top of the third inning. Working against Karina Schuster. Her Comets lead Midview 7-0. A pair of home runs in that second inning has opened this game up a bit as that pitch is swung on and missed by Dye. Maybe got a piece of that one, but it was held on by the catcher. Dye, Hetchko, Cleary, the 3 due up this half inning for Coach Cassie Height's Midview Middies. They need some offense, and they need it in a hurry. That pitch misses upstairs, off the arm of Schuster. Those home runs in that second inning, courtesy of Brianna Blankenship, a 3-run blast for her. Dorbeck, a 2-run shot. Here's the pitch. That one misses upstairs as well. 3-1 the count now on Haley Dye. Haley this season, a .317 average coming into this one. 19 hits, just 1 extra base hit. It's a double. So a lot of singles under her belt as she watches that pitch go by for a called strike. Counts full now at 3-2. Haley, the designated player today for Midview. She's a freshman at Midview High School, batting 7th today for the Middies. Here's the 3-2. That one is foul tipped, but held on to by Morgan Limer, the catcher, for another Lorain County Community College strikeout here on WEOL. Your year, your classes, your future. It's Lorain County Community College.
Well, right there you see Schuster and just the ability to battle back after falling behind 3-1, and it was never in question for her what she wanted to do with Dye.
4th strikeout of the day for Karina, and she fires strike 1 right at the knees to Mallory Hetchko, the junior left fielder.
Rocco, for the Middies right now, I think it's just important, like you said, get a base runner or two. You know, the home runs are something you can't replicate right now, but you can get back into this game or at least give yourself an opportunity by just having a couple of good at-bats strung together.
I would agree. Hetchko fouling that one off. Yeah, it's a situation where the mental component, I think, is more so than the physical score component of this one, Jared. You just got to get something to kind of point yourself in that right direction, but that won't help if you're Midview. Another punch-out by Karina Schuster, her 5th now in this 3rd inning, or through 2 2/3 now, I should say. 3 straight that she has set down on strikes, and now it's Brooke Cleary, the sophomore right fielder for Midview. Trying to spark a 2-out rally before the lineup turns back over, and the check swing, a called strike, says the home plate umpire. 0-1 the count.
Cleary with a really nice defensive play in the bottom of the 1st to put on right field and a good throw to, at that time, hold the runner at 1st.
Here's the 0-1 to her. Swing and a miss. Cleary can't catch up to the fastball. 0-2. Boy, she is just so tough to figure out, Karina Schuster, when she has it working like she does right now. She moves the speed around the zone. She'll drop in that off speed. And then she'll spot one on the outside, black like that, my friend. Strike 3 called as Cleary could do nothing but watch as Karina Schuster strikes out the side. Another punch out courtesy of our friends at Lorain County Community College, and that's 6 for her now through 3 innings on the circle. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd. Amherst with a 7-0 lead, getting set for some more at-bats right after this timeout.
Hi, Tim Elthorn, Cavs radio voice. Recently, we had some trees removed. Again, singing the praises of EcoTree Services. In a few hours, EcoTree had removed the unsightly trees, cleaned the debris, and opened the area for a new fence. I can't say enough good things about the people at EcoTree. I've used them several times, always thrilled with their work. If you have trees that require pruning or need to be removed, contact EcoTree, a local business that deserves your business. They've earned mine. Go to ecotreeservices.com.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make getting into your next vehicle fast, easy, and built around you. And we've got the selection and service you can count on. Right now, buy the Ford Explorer for only $39.9 or lease it for just $4.99 a month. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
New pitcher on the circle for Midview, as it looks like the afternoon for Savannah Holcomb has come to a close. And that would be Jillian Vandersloos, who takes over on the circle for Midview. So I will make that adjustment in my scorecard here. So Vandersloos taking over on the circle. We'll see where Savannah Holcomb ends up defensively. And that's tough, I think, if you're Savannah Holcomb, because she's somebody that I recall actually seeing last year. We had a game over at Midview. It may have actually been with these Amherst Comets, but I could be mistaken on that front. But either way, I remember seeing Savannah pitch last year. Was very, very impressed with what she did in that game that we called on WEOL, but just didn't have her best stuff here this afternoon. And well, I mean, I guess that's unfair of me to say. We haven't seen her all year, so maybe that was some of her best stuff, and maybe you just got to give credit to the Amherst Comets for doing some heavy hitting.
You're playing a tough Amherst team, but, you know, I would think that maybe, there was a great Charles Nagy quote from years ago, and I know I'm kind of dating myself here, but it was a situation where he just unfolded it as, I made some really bad pitches, and they hit them. I made some really good pitches. They hit those too. And
there you go. Yeah.
I was amazed as a 16-year-old watching that press conference.
It's one of those where you just got to tip the cap sometimes, as it's Limer, Rhodes, and Pierce this half inning for the Comets. Limer struck out in that first inning. Watch his strike one go by right there. So Savannah Holcomb's moved out to right field now, as Limer takes that one upstairs. Count evens up at 1-1. So I think all that did was move Savannah Presser. No, Savannah's still out there in center. So I think Savannah Holcomb to right was really the only change. As that pitch skips downstairs to Limer. So what did that do to Brooke Cleary, I guess would be my question. Number 9, I don't see her. Oh, she's at second now for Nina Ballacino. Here's the pitch. That one is lifted high, out of play towards the baseball field.
Lost it in the sun.
I lost track of that one for a sec, got a little nervous. So Brooke Cleary takes over at second base for Nina Ballacino. I'll try not to harp on these defensive subs too long. Just want to make sure I got it right.
I think the fans next to us really had our best interest in mind. They were ready to help.
Appreciate that. As that one is a fair ball. Oh, no, they call it foul.
I thought it was fair.
Ooh, that's a... Yeah, we'll ask Lacey afterwards her thoughts on that one. She was right there. I'm sure she'll have some thoughts. Nina Ballacino moves over to first, so maybe it's Jillian Vandersloot who... Oh, no, she moved over to the pitcher spot, right?
Yeah.
So...
You had Cleary come in from right.
There's strike 3 as Limer punched out for the second time today. Another strikeout on WEOL courtesy of our friends over at Lorain County Community College. And for Midview pitching, that is strikeout number 4, the first for Jillian Vandersloot. Final numbers on Holcomb, she allowed 7 on 6 hits, struck out 3, didn't walk anybody, but the long balls certainly did her in here this afternoon, as there's a good pitch to Kayla Rhodes in there for a called strike. She doubled and scored last inning. Vandersloot into the line, that one off the catcher's mask. So it's a foul ball. So defense now officially for Midview. It's Keenan behind the plate, Price at third, Desiree Thomas at short, Brooke Cleary is at second, with Nina Ballacino at first. We'll get to the rest here momentarily. That one is chopped foul, third base side. Outfield's Mallory Hedgeco, Savannah Presser, and Savannah Holcomb.
Want to reference Keenan A-OK after taking one off the mask and had a good laugh with Dominic Flaviano behind the plate. He's doing the work there today as our umpire, but she's been all smiles the whole day, no matter what. Just been pretty happy to be out here and enjoying us afternoon playing softball.
I'll tell you what, as that pitch misses upstairs, that's one of my favorite things about calling high school softball, Jared, is that obviously these girls are intense, their emotion, they're just heavily invested into what's going on out here, but you wouldn't always know that just based on how loose and you know, the smiles that they have. There's a swing and a miss. Rhodes down on strikes, 2 punch-outs in a row for Vandersloot, and another one brought to you by our friends over at Lorain County Community College. Samantha Pierce now digs in with 2 down, nobody on, but boy, just the joy that they play this game with, and I think that's always a humble reminder, Jared, that it is just a game, and these kids certainly find a way to enjoy it no matter what.
Well, Rocco, there's been some rain a little bit earlier and some wind, but, you know, it's 70-some degrees. The sun's out now. A lot of these kids haven't had that luxury over the past couple of weeks in our area.
Yeah, spring sports season, as we know, can always be a bit vicious. Last couple of weeks have certainly been interesting, as Pierce takes that one for a called strike.
So, yeah, I think sometimes you enjoy just the whole purity of being out and about.
I agree.
You know, not having to wear the hoodie.
Still brought mine in the car, but shouldn't need that one. And that one maybe got a piece of either the umpire or the backstop Keenan, maybe both. But nonetheless, Pierce getting a piece of it. She'll have another chance here with 2 strikes.
Rock Dog, I meant as a player. Stop thinking about yourself all the time, okay?
Fair.
What are the guys at Comics Live going to think about you?
I would hope good things. We've been communicative. We've been working in tandem here today, as that pitch was fouled over the backstop. So Pierce will stay alive here with 2 strikes. Should shout them out again. Doug Cogdell running the operation here for Comets Live. The IT director over there at Amherst, Abby Berry, Sawyer Miller, doing fantastic work on Comets Live. Tremendous production crew that they have. That ball fisted foul, third base side.
tell you what, they're making it real easy. You want to come back out here Thursday.
Yeah, no kidding.
And
no kidding.
We think we've got a good matchup there as well.
And I'll tell you, I mean, not to go huge video production nerd on you here, my friend, but having done some work with the Rubber Ducks in my past, it's pretty on par with what you'll see at that level, with what they're bringing you here with Comets Live. Drop third strike here, and the throw down in time to get Pierce. And how about Jillian Vandersloot, Jared? She comes in for relief for Savannah Holcomb, and she strikes out the side. All those punch-outs courtesy on WEOL of Lorain County Community College. 3 up, 3 down as we'll head to the fourth. It's still 7-0 Comets. We're back after this.
Are you undecided about your future and overwhelmed by the options? Well, don't worry, you're not alone. Lorain County Community College has helped thousands of students just like you find their future career. From short-term training programs to transfer options all the way to bachelor degrees, our programs are designed to set you up for future success. Lorain County Community College, your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy. Whether you're upgrading to a rugged Sierra or a refined Buick Encore GX, we make the experience better from start to finish. Right now, lease the 2026 GMC Sierra for only $279 a month for 24 months. We make it that easy.
Top of the fourth here in Amherst. It is a 7-0 Comets lead as it's the top of the order for the Middies with Desiree Thomas trying to get things started, and she's behind on the fastball 0-1. Thomas, Holcomb, Ballacino all due up this frame for Midview as the Middies are without a hit still in this one. Schuster's 0-1 pitch. That one fouled back, maybe caught a piece of the mask of Limer. 0-2 the count on Desiree. She grounded out to third back in the first inning. Again, glad you guys can be a part of this one on WEOL and Comets Live. Working in tandem with those guys here at Amherst High School here today. Awesome production we've been able to put together. That pitch misses upstairs, 1-2. Kind of shades of our TV 20 interactions, Jared,
sure.
as I was explaining to Doug.
Same thing.
Where we'll take their video, we'll give them our audio, and everything will be A-OK. Here's the pitch. That one lifted high, third base side. Is that one going to stay in? It might, and it will. It's a nice play there by the Amherst defense, as that was Fenton who came in to make the play. Lexi Fenton at third, able to put a glove on that one. So Thomas retired for the second time here today. Savannah Holcomb now climbs in. Started the game on the circle for Midview. Vandersloot came on in relief. She'll square and lay one down. Schuster all over it, though. Strong throw to first in time for the out. And boy, Karina Schuster made that look easy. That's not an easy play to make, Jared.
Dialed in. This is the past couple innings. She has looked tremendous out there, and you know, showing you why she's had such a successful campaign to this point.
So 2 down, nobody on. It's Nina Ballacino's turn for the second time here today. Flew out to right back in that first inning. Trying to get something started here for the Middies. Ballacino check swing, but fouled it as it went off the bat, and that's one of those where, I think the face she made is about the only face you can make when that happens. It's just one of those, oh, dang it. Because you know you don't mean to make contact, but sometimes the softball just finds you.
And an accomplished player here looking to get a hit and help her team out in a 7-0 ball game. There's a lot of pressure there, too.
She's one of the few to put it in play here today. Ballacino watches that one go by 0-2. So far, it's only been 4 outs, 5 maybe, I think, that have been put into play. The rest of strikeouts, as Schuster has been dominant so far here this afternoon. 1 strike away from getting through the fourth here. That one misses upstairs, 1-2 to Nina Ballacino. To your point, an accredited player, Nina Ballacino, 324 the average for her coming into this one. 28 RBIs, second most on the team. The pitch, strike 3 called at the knees. And another punch out for Karina Schuster, brought to you here on WEOL by our friends at Lorain County Community College. We will head to the bottom of the fourth. It's still 7-0 Amherst in front of Midview. We're right back here on WEOL and on Comets Live.
Graduation season is here, so make North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco your one-stop graduation party spot. From crowd-pleasing Little Chet's Chicken to fresh jelly trays, cookie trays, and fully prepared party trays, they've got everything you need to feed your guests without the stress. Stock up on ice and drinks, snacks and desserts to keep the celebration going all day long. For everything you need for your graduate, except the diploma, stop by your locally owned and operated North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco on Center Ridge and Barton Roads.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit networklandtitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
Lexi Fenton taking a swing at that first pitch from Jillian Vandersloot. She came up empty on an 0-1 the count for Lexi. She singled and scored back in the second inning. Her Amherst Comets lead Midview 7-0 here in the bottom of the fourth as the Comets look for some insurance. Fenton squares around, bunt towards the pitcher, but it is pounced on by Vandersloot and thrown on to first in time as Ballacino touched the bag for that first out. Fenton, after making a real nice defensive play in that top of the fourth, retired to start this bottom of the fourth, and the lineup turns back over to Brianna Blankenship, who's had a game so far. Walked and scored in the first, and a 3-run home run for her back in the second. Third at bat for Brianna here today. First pitch from Vandersloot to her. That one misses up and well outside. 0-1, or 1-0, sorry. Again, both teams with 3 losses in SWC play. Midview would get at least a share of the conference crown for sure if they can come back and win. Amherst keeps their title hopes alive, but work still to be done for them with 3 conference games still remaining after this one. The pitch, that one roped hard, third base side, but foul.
Yeah, we mentioned weather kind of wreaking havoc on some of these teams throughout our area, and Amherst certainly, affected by that when you mentioned 3 conference games left to go when Midview's already emptied the clip in terms of what their responsibility of the SWC local schedule is.
Berea Mid-Park in action tonight, and then just one more for the Titans left on the schedule, so there's still some things to be determined in that conference race as Blankenship takes that one downstairs for a ball. Amherst still, they'll be at Avon Lake tomorrow, home against Olmsted Falls Wednesday, and then home against North Ridgeville here again on Thursday as Blankenship watches that pitch go by for a called strike. 2-2 the count on Blankenship. Jared, that one on Thursday, one we hope to have here on WEOL, once again in tandem with our friends at Comets Live. Vandersloot looks in, fires the 2-2. A breaking ball is lifted high out of play third base side, so we'll do it again at 2-2.
And when you reference Comets Live and the great job they do, really starts on Friday morning. You and Casey Wolf share a conversation, and you get going as far as what can be done. How can we get this to work? And it's just great when you can kind of mirror those concepts side by side, and that's what we're doing.
2-2 pitch. That one misses upstairs, 3-2. Yeah, Casey, I'll tell you what, I mean, he knows what he has with this Comets Live product. He knows they have some sponsorship investment on their side of things, but he's always liked us and respected what we've done and was certainly willing to play ball, no pun intended, in terms of making this work, and I think we have. And there's strike 3 called. He said Blankenship went on that swing. At least I think that's what he was saying there, emotioning. Blankenship can't believe it, but a punch out nonetheless. Another one brought to you by our friends at LCCC. Your year, your class is your future. It's Lorain County Community College. So 2 down, nobody on. It's Sienna Redmond's turn for the 3rd time today. She's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop out.
Casey, one of the really good guys to work with in Lorain County. We've always known that, but he's a facilitator just in terms of connecting the dots for the right people. Get him in the room and come up with a conversation. There's no way you can't see eye to eye with a little bit of communication.
First pitch to Redmond, missed downstairs, 1-0. And Casey, his work doesn't stop at 3 o'clock. He was out here. He's probably still out here floating around somewhere, making sure that everything's going well from both a game standpoint and a broadcast standpoint. He's really got his fingers involved in a little bit of everything. That pitch misses as well.
He might rake after the JV game.
Well, there you go.
If he's that kind of guy.
And again, the ability to do the on-field stuff like that, making sure games are happening smoothly, tuning in with the broadcast. He does a really great job here with Comet Athletics, no question. 3-0 the count here on Redmond.
Casey, of course, ably assisted by Dave Zavara, who you see is missing. Just not nowhere to be found today.
Oh, man. Never one to hide a punch from Dave, are you?
He gives as good as he takes.
That he does. That he does. The 3-0, that a called strike to Redmond. 3-1 the count on Sienna. And she's 0 for 2 today. 403 the batting average for Sienna coming into this one, though. 2nd best on the team, only behind Morgan Limer, a fellow freshman. There's 3 of them that Lacey Reichert starts for the Comets. The pitch. That one hit hard towards the shortstop, Desiree Thomas. She did well to glove it cleanly, and a nice strong throw to Ballacino at first, and the side is retired. So I'll tell you what, Jillian Vandersloot, she has come on in relief. She's seen 6, and she is set down 6 for the Middies. Midview bats, though, got to find a way to come to life. We'll see if they can do that in the 5th after this timeout.
Hi, Tim Elthorn, radio voice of the Cavs for several years. At EcoTreeServices.com.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make getting into your next vehicle fast, easy, and built around you. And we've got the selection and service you can count on. Right now, buy the Ford Explorer for only $39.9 or lease it for just $4.99 a month. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
Keenan, Vandersloot, and Presser, the 3 do up here for Midview as Keenan fouls that first pitch back. 0-1 the count for her. Midview still without a hit here in this 5th inning. It has been all Karina Schuster from the circle for Amherst. Middies have just not had an answer for her stuff here today. That pitch fouled straight back, 0-2, and I think that's another big thing right now for Karina, Jared. Just about every hitter she's faced, it's 0-1, then 0-2, or 0-1, 1-1, 1-2. I mean, she is getting 2 strikes on these girls in a hurry.
Working ahead and making the Middies defend.
The pitch, that one missed outside, 1-2.
There's not been a whole lot of wait for your opportunities for the Middies.
And that's tough as a hitter because you want to try to make her work, right? You want to make her labor a little bit, but not if she's just assaulting the zone as she has today. That pitch fouled way out of play, so we'll do it again at 1-2. Keenan 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Schuster has 7 of those for Amherst. Strikeouts courtesy on WEOL all year long of Lorain County Community College. The pitch. That one fisted back foul again, so we'll stay put.
Yeah, nice battle here for Keenan. Seeing a few pitches, being able to foul some off, but we talked about it. You know, you can't necessarily wait for that perfect pitch now because you're in that hole.
Yeah, it's kind of the problem. You're sort of past the point where you're just trying to see good pitches. Eventually, you got to try to do something. And boy, oh boy, another heavy off-speed pitch by Schuster. I don't know how Keenan stayed on her back foot long enough to foul that one off, but she spoiled another beauty of a pitch from Schuster and earns herself another swing here. Schuster looks in, fires the 2-strike pitch. Strike 3 as it's held on to by the backstop Limer. Keenan well underneath it. Her 8th punch out for Schuster. Another one brought to you by Lorain County Community College. Your year, your classes, your future. So now it's Jillian Vandersloot who has taken over pitching duties for the Middies. She is 0 for 1 today. Grounded out to the first baseman back in that 2nd inning.
Hey, let's be honest about it. Done very well in coming on relief of Holcomb, too. Has not endured any damage, has worked quickly and sent him down in order.
Breaking ball to Vandersloot misses, 1-0 the count.
So you talk about that coming in at a 7-0 deficit and saying, we're looking at you, number 2, to keep us in this one.
And she has. She's seen 6, and she has set down every single one of them. The 1-0. Fastball skips below the zone, 2-0. So to a point that I just made a couple of moments ago, this is one of the few times we've seen Midview ahead in the count on Schuster. Now it's all about trying to find a pitch you like and do something with it. Here's the 2-0, and that one is lifted over the second baseman's head into right field for a base knock. And there goes the no-no for Karina Schuster. Midview, their first base knock of the afternoon. Vandersloot reaches in the 5th here with 1 down. And now it's Savannah Presser getting set for her 2nd at bat. She's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Really nice swing there by Vandersloot. Didn't try to do too much with it, as that one is poked high out of play by Presser, 0-1. You made it a point of it earlier, Jared. You know, there's no 7-run swing. It's similar in basketball. You know, when you're down 10, there's no 10-point shot. You're not going to get it back all in one, heave-ho. You got to work at it. And I think Vandersloot's swing right there represents that, as that pitch misses upstairs, 2-1.
Well, just sometimes seeing a base runner on there is a different look for both squads, really. Amherst is like, well, we got to deal with a base runner. For the Middies, they're saying, hey, there's somebody out there. I can do that. That's a weapon.
That one lifted high, deep off the bat of Presser, and it's into the glove of the right fielder, Blankenship. who read that one well off the bat, saw it all the way, and a nice strong throw back to the infield to keep Vandersloot stuck at first. So nice swing by Presser, but a better play in right by Blankenship. And so now it's Haley Dye, the designated player, climbing in for the second time today, 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
And the sun is now a factor again, so that was a big run by Blankenship and dealing with the sun at the same time.
Yeah, I don't see any sunglasses on her out there either, so that was a really nice play by her. First pitch to Dye, called strike one. Dye this season, a .317 average coming into this one. That strikeout was her 16th. She's walked 10 times and a pair of stolen bases under her belt. Here's the 0-1 to her. That one misses below the zone, gets by the catcher Limer, and scurrying on into second is Vandersloot. So first time today for Midview, they've had a runner in scoring position.
And promising for the Middies that, you know, you've got somebody like Dye, a freshman that's able to poke it at a little bit over a 300 clip there, and now a runner in scoring position.
17 RBIs to her credit this season. So certainly capable of getting Midview on the board here. The pitch is fouled out of play once again. And boy, you really got to proceed with caution around the diamonds here at Amherst.
There's really not more than 40 yards that separates the two fields.
Nope.
Probably less than that.
I'm shocked we haven't seen a baseball come our way yet, although as soon as I say that. Here's the pitch. That one fouled straight back.
So don't you worry, buddy. Matt Rossentano will keep you protected.
That's comforting. You know what? That is real comforting. No, I got at King Roz on my side over there.
One could thunk me on the head. He won't care, but he'll take care of you.
That's good. That pitch fouled straight back. We love Coach Roz over there. A lot of fun, man, it was following his team last spring as they made it all the way to the state championship game at Canal Park. They ended up falling short in that quest for a trophy to Anthony Wayne, but you know that him and his guys are hungry to get back there this season. Strike three as Haley Dye unable to catch up to the fastball there. Another punch out for Schuster and another one by our friends at Lorain County Community College. We will head to the bottom of the fifth. Our score still Amherst 7, Midview nothing. We're back after this.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy. Whether you're upgrading to a rugged Sierra or a refined Buick Encore GX, we make the experience better from start to finish. Right now, lease the 2026 GMC Sierra for only $279 a month for 24 months. We make it that easy.
Back here at Amherst, getting set for the bottom of the fifth. As for the Comets, let me turn my scorecard over. It will be Leah Sprague, McKenna Dorbeck, and Karina Schuster all due up this half inning as Jillian Vandersloot continues to work on in relief for the Middies. She's been tremendous since coming in for Savannah Holcomb. She has faced 6 and retired all of them. Leah Sprague 1 for 2 today. Flew out in the first, singled and scored back in the second. Vandersloot, the righty, looks in. Gets set to fire her first pitch of the 5th inning, and that one misses upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Later this week on WEOL, scheduled to be at Forefront Field in Avon tomorrow, Crusher Stadium, for Avon and Avon Lake, weather permitting. Afternoon forecast not looking great for that one, but we know how quickly things can change as that one is fisted foul out of play. We'll be back here on Thursday as these very same Lady Comets of Amherst get set to entertain Amy McMillan and the North Ridgeville Rangers in an SWC affair. We'll see if maybe we can pick up something on Saturday as, oh boy, an excuse me swing there by Leah Sprague. One of those deceptive breaking balls there, just didn't really know what to do with it. So 2 strikes here on her.
Spring Sports on WEOL.com is a moving target.
Quite literally, as that one misses upstairs to Leah Sprague, 2-2 the count on her.
No, again, this one wasn't on our schedule, but it just, the opportunity presented itself, and you know, it started with a conversation with Dan May last Thursday evening, and then Friday morning talked to Case and said, let's do it.
They'll look out for us if need be, and that one runs in and gets Sprague. Wow, right off the cleats. So she's fine after that, but it still ran in and got her. First hit by pitch today for either side. So Sprague reaches first. And now it'll be McKenna Dorbeck, who has maybe a couple of the hardest hit softballs we've seen this season so far, Jared. A RBI double in the first and a 2-run home run in that second inning. Made it a 7-0 game, and that's where we've been ever since. First pitch to her, missed downstairs, 1-0.
The one that left the yard, I think there were some girls in the dugout for Amherst that were a little bit apprehensive about coming out there. I thought that was gone the moment it left the bat.
That pitch misses upstairs as well to McKenna. Yeah, she hit the one that landed in the baseball field and went halfway up that 12-foot wall of the field behind us, so for whatever that's worth. Here's the pitch. Dorback a bit behind there. Fouled off the screen. And Leah Sprague stands on first after she was hit by a pitch to start this home half of the fifth. Jillian Vandersloot is trying to keep her team in it right now. Here's the pitch. That one misses upstairs to Dorbeck. 3-1 the count on McKenna. Good. Dorbeck now with 16 RBIs to her credit this season after that home run. She's got 3 RBIs today. The pitch. That one misses downstairs to Dorbeck. Sprague races up towards second. Maybe thought she would take a turn towards third, but she'll stay put right there. So Sprague to second, Dorbeck to first after the walk. And now it's Karina Schuster, the pitcher. Chance to really tack on some insurance and help out her own cause. Karina 1 for 2 today, an RBI single and a strikeout. First pitch from Vandersloot to her is taken for a called strike, 0-1. Schuster thought that one was maybe a touch high, maybe thought so as well, but Vandersloot's able to get the call. Sprague on second, Dorbeck at first. 7-0 Comets here in this bottom of the fifth. The pitch. Schuster, oh boy, thought she was going to attack a fastball there, and it just never came. Vandersloot took a lot off of it. 0-2 the count. That's a beauty of a pitch right there by Jillian Vandersloot. We've seen Schuster throw a couple of those today. Here's the 0-2. That rise ball misses well upstairs. Vandersloot may have lost that one a bit. 1-2 the count here on Karina.
He had one to burn there. I think that could be another reason too. Show her the whole catalog here.
You can work pretty much anything off of that pitch. And let's see what she does here. It's the 1-2. Fastball misses upstairs, 2-2.
It was closer than I think
that's what you're going for.
A lot of people thought.
You brought that eye level up, and then you try to blow one by her in a similar location. Vandersloot's not able to spot it there. Here's the 2-2. That one misses well upstairs, 3-2. So a nice battle here by Karina Schuster to work the count full.
And now if you're Vandersloot, you got to make that best pitch you got with 2 on and facing a pretty hot bat in her own right here with Schuster.
Yeah, not really much room for error at this point. Down 7 here in the fifth. Schuster unloads, deep left center field. It's got carry, and it's up against the fence. Sprague touches third, and she'll score easily. Dorbeck right behind her, and she'll stay put at third. Head coach Lacey Reichert keeps her right there, and it's an RBI double for Karina Schuster on a softball, Jared, that I thought had, again, a chance to get out of here. That was hit hard.
A lot of carry. I think maybe some wind played a little bit of role in that one as that at bat unfolded, but yeah, a nice double there, looking to help her own cause for Schuster. And I think it was a situation where Lacey Reichert looked at the situation and said, there's nobody down. We're not going to run ourselves out of this one.
So now Morgan Leimer climbs in, 2 in scoring position for the freshman catcher. Dorbeck at third, Schuster at second, and Leimer pokes that one foul. And Jared, correct me if I'm wrong, a Morgan Leimer 2 RBI knock would end this softball game. That would be the mercy rule with an 8-0 game.
Yeah.
So right now, Vandersloot not just trying to keep her team in it, but trying to keep her team, well, I guess literally in the game. As that one taken by Leimer. Leimer, a team-high 409 batting average coming into this one. She has been tremendous this season for the Comets. Vandersloot's pitch to her is torched. Deep left field. Did Leimer get all of it? She sure did. Gone. Morgan Leimer ends this softball game in style as she tattoos another softball. A 3-run blast for Morgan Leimer. And Amherst is going to win this game 11-0 by way of the mercy rule. As these Comet bats, Jared, just nothing Midview could try to do to solve them today. Amherst came to hit, and they did so well. Thank you.
There was no thunder coming from the skies today, but plenty on the field. And yes, I saved that one up all afternoon.
There you go. Nicely done. A 3-run home run for Morgan Limer, scoring Schuster and McKenna Dorbeck. And that'll do it for us here at Amherst. What a softball game that was, man. That was some hard-hit softballs by the Amherst Comets here today, no question about that. And they will enjoy this one and keep their conference title hopes alive with an 11-0 win over Midview here today. We'll be right back, folks, with our post-game show that is brought to you by our friends
EcoTree Services.
over at EcoTree Services. Thank you, Jared. I forget the order of them sometimes. Our EcoTree Services post-game show will be back right after this on WEOL and on Comets Live.
Hi, Tim Elthorn, Cavs radio voice. Recently, we had some trees removed. So again, singing the praises of EcoTree Services. In a few hours, EcoTree had removed the unsightly trees, cleaned the debris, and opened the area for a new fence. I can't say enough good things about the people at EcoTree. I've used them several times, always thrilled with their work. If you have trees that require pruning or need to be removed, contact EcoTree, a local business that deserves your business. They've earned mine. Go to ecotreeservices.com.
Graduation season is here, so make North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco your one-stop graduation party spot. From crowd-pleasing Little Chet's Chicken to fresh jelly trays, cookie trays, and fully prepared party trays, they've got everything you need to feed your guests without the stress. Stock up on ice and drinks, snacks and desserts to keep the celebration going all day long. For everything you need for your graduate, except the diploma, stop by your locally owned and operated North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco on Center Ridge and Barton Roads.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make getting into your next vehicle fast, easy, and built around you. And we've got the selection and service you can count on. Right now, buy the Ford Explorer for only $39.9 or lease it for just $4.99 a month. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit networklandtitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy. Whether you're upgrading to a rugged Sierra or a refined Buick Encore GX, we make the experience better from start to finish. Right now, lease the 2026 GMC Sierra for only $279 a month for 24 months. We make it that easy.
It is a final here at Amherst as the Comets victorious over Midview 11-0. Your final here today at Steele High School. Big congratulations to Lacey Reichert and her girls. They will keep their SWC title hopes alive with the win. And for Midview, their SWC title hopes still intact, as they'll need some help at this point with 4 conference losses now. Again, Berea Midpark, Amherst, and Midview all came into today with 3 conference losses. Midview with a win would have gotten at least a share under their belt. Now they'll have to hope that someone's able to knock off Amherst in their next 3 conference games. And it'll also be Berea Midpark with results tonight and coming up as well. Lacey's going to come over. Okay. So we'll have Lacey Reichert on our post-game show here momentarily. EcoTree Services, big thanks to them for our post-game show. Amherst 11 runs on 9 hits. Midview held scoreless on just 1 base knock here today, as Karina Schuster was dominant for the Comets. 9 punch-outs for Karina here today, as the Comet lineup went right after Savannah Holcomb for Midview. Jillian Vandersloos came on in relief as we await Lacey Reichert. Here she comes, making her way over. So there she is. All right, Coach. Thanks for joining us here post-game. Everything sound okay in the headset there?
Yes.
All right,
yes,
good deal.
Thanks.
So, heck of a win for you guys here today. And one thing we talked about on the phone earlier this afternoon, and I kind of explained this to Jared on the phone, you had talked about your offense and just some of that consistent clutch hitting just hasn't always been there, you told me, this year for your Comets. I think you guys found some of that here today, didn't you? My goodness.
We sure did. And we've talked to the girls, all season, but even more so as the season's starting to wind down. I mean, we're competing for a conference championship. We're going to be competing for a district championship here soon too. But the consistency, it's got to be there. And it's not always, you're not always going to hit 1 through 9. But we had a couple girls struggle a little bit today, but we had other girls step up big time and come up big.
When you get, 3 home runs in a game like this and just so many hard-hit softballs off of your bats, in addition to that, that's just got to be a fun game to be a part of, right? I mean, you can hear it from your dugout. I mean, every time you guys are making loud, solid contact, your girls are excited about it in the dugout. Does that just sort of, you guys just feed off of each other with that, don't you?
It does. And we've been saying all year, hitting's contagious. Energy's contagious. All that stuff is contagious. You can't worry about what you're doing. You got to worry about what we're doing. We talk all the time about it's bigger than one person, and you got to be cheering your teammates on in the dugout, whether you're 0 for 2, 0 for 3, whatever the case is. And that's how girls feed off each other. And like we tell our girls, hitting is contagious. But you can't ground out, go in the dugout and pout because you have 8 other teammates up there, and you're going to get another shot at it. So we did a good job of that today.
Yeah, really good approach from your guys' offense, no question. And you had the pitching to really complement that today as well, didn't you, with Karina Schuster? Talk to me about what she was doing from the circle.
I mean, she was lights out. She was moving balls in, out. Her changeup was working enough where it had to be in their heads, But she was throwing hard. She was hitting her spots. I mean, her rise ball, curve ball, everything she throws seemed to be working today. Everything we called, and that's fun when you have a pitcher who's gonna pinpoint almost darn near every pitch you call. So
there's a little swagger, a little bit of edge to her game, isn't there?
She should. She's one of the better pitchers in Northeast Ohio, and she knows that. And even as the last 3 games she's given up. I mean, 3 hits against Elyria, 1 or 2 at Avon, and then 1 today. So any pitcher should have that kind of swagger when they're pitching like that.
I would agree. Again, Amherst head coach Lacey Riker joins us. Her team victorious over Midview today, 11-0. This one keeps conference title hopes alive for you guys, but a lot of work still to be done. So what's kind of the message with the girls? Because this is one, obviously, you're feeling great about it. The offense sprung to life, and then you turn around and you still got a lot more action this week where you got to try to take care of business.
Correct, and that's exactly what we told them out there in the huddle. We have to take this one day at a time, one game at a time, because nobody's gonna lay down for us. Everybody's Avon Lake, Olmsted Falls, and Ridgeville. They're licking their chops. They want to keep us out of first place, and that's absolutely what they should be doing. And when we come out and compete like we did today, we give ourselves a good chance, but we still got to go out and play the game and execute.
Doesn't that just say so much about this SWC, where you guys just talked about it in that article with Sean Bennett the other day. You guys can all beat each other. You guys all know each other so well, and there's just so much parity within this conference. It's every game you're kind of biting your nails, hoping that you find a way to get it done, but that makes every game exciting, doesn't it?
It really does, and all it does is prepare you for the tournament and what's to come in the next couple weeks when we have such competitive conference and non-conference games up and down our schedule.
Well, in this 12th year at the helm, right? So I think almost more than anybody would know, obviously the regular season, it's important. You want to get after that SWC championship, but there's bigger postseason aspirations at the end of all this regular season. I think that's kind of what this all builds towards, is towards that postseason for you and your girls. Do you feel like you're kind of playing the right way as we sort of creep towards that postseason time?
We are, and we've had a goal since September that our first job is to contend for a conference championship, and we've put ourselves in a spot where we can do that right now. If things don't go our way here, in the next week or so, we know that there's a lot to play for still in the state tournament. Take it one game at a time. I don't know who we're going to draw, how that's going to go on Sunday, but we're just taking it one day at a time, one game at a time.
There you go. Well, God willing, weather willing, we will see you once more this week. We should be back here on Thursday as you guys get set to host North Ridgeville. Yes. So we'll see how that conference championship equation has sort of shaken out by then. But congrats again on your guys' win today. We'll look forward to seeing you guys Thursday. And thanks again for having us.
Thank you
awesome.
so much. Appreciate it.
It's Lacey Reichert, victorious head coach of the Amherst Comets. Her girls knock off Midview today, 11-0, the final score. They did it on 9 hits. Midview scoreless on just the one base knock. And a big, again, big thanks to Lacey Reichert, Amherst Comets head coach, for stopping by to share some time with us here on our EcoTree Services postgame show. So that will do it for us here at Amherst here today. And before we get our final thank yous and goodbyes, again, a huge shout out and thank you to the folks at Comets Live. It's a fantastic production that they run. Doug Cogdell, the IT director, also kind of the head honcho at Comets Live, Abby Berry, Sawyer Miller, and Nick as well. Nick, what's your last name, man? Gardner. Nick Gardner, also part of the Comets Live crew, just did fantastic work, and a big thanks for all their work in helping orchestrate our production here today. And a big thanks to our sponsors on WEOL, as this one was brought to you by our friends at your North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco, Center Ridge and Barton Roads, Network Land Title, providing real estate title, insurance, and escrow services across Ohio. Nick Abraham Buick GMC and Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria. Lorain County Community College, real education for good jobs, and by EcoTree Services, your complete tree care company. Big thanks to everybody here at Amherst. Again, Comets Live, Athletic Director Casey Wolf, Head Coach Lacey Reichert, and a big thanks to Cassie Height, the Head Coach of the Midview Middies, getting us roster stats, starting lineups, and all of that good stuff. So, for everybody here at Amherst, for the folks at Comets Live, for Jared Kozar, on-site producer, laptop runner, color commentator extraordinaire, whatever other title he feels like sporting that day, I am Rocco Nucci saying one more time your final score here from Amherst Comets, a winner over Midview, 11-0. Have a great night, everybody. We will hopefully, weather permitting, see you guys tomorrow afternoon over at Avon.